So a real quick video, we're doing the starter, which is this whole unit here, up to this plate here, including what I believe here is the solenoid. Before you get going on this, unhook your battery, and you're going to want to take off the bolts holding on the wires on the end here. And there's two bolts, open her to take off, and that will disconnect your starter. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll resume after this. There's a little plate right here that holds one of the wires that runs to the starter. It's also bracketing these lines that run back to, I guess, your transmission. That kind of gets in the way of this bolt right here, this nut, whatever. Anyway, if you take this screw out up here, these will move enough that you can easily get to it. I'd just make sure none of these lines back here come unseated while you screw around. There's 3 wires up top, and this third one's kind of hard to get to, so if you just take the other 2 off and loosen all this up, take these off, when you bring it down, it'll be a lot easier to get to this wire and take it off afterwards. If you've done what I've done, you're left with a starter on the ground hanging from 1 wire. Take that off and your starter's free. I'm going to take mine in, might have it replaced, and I'll put it back in the same way I took it out. Here's a refurbished starter. Any starter you get, you're going to want to take your old heat shield off and put it on the new starter. You only need to disconnect 2 of these in the back from your vehicle. The third one's connected to itself, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to start by reconnecting this small one that's dangling from the bottom of the van right now, and then plugging it all back up the same way we took it out. Here's your installed starter, and I just wanted to add to the video by saying, if you're ever broke down and you have a friend or can get someone off the street, and I've definitely grabbed someone off the street before to help me out when I was unable to start my vehicle, and you can find your starter, this is your solenoid. A lot of times this will start going out before the rest of your starter goes out. You want to use something like a screwdriver handle or anything that's non-conductive, because you're going to want to tap on that pretty hard. You're going to want your friend and someone that won't run you over inside the vehicle to try to start the vehicle while you tap on this repeatedly. Often that'll cause it to start and you won't even need to be towed. If you're like me, you will drive immediately to an auto parts store and switch your starter out. Other people will drive home from work, whatever, but you wouldn't have to get towed. It doesn't work 100% of the time. It didn't work for my last starter. I tapped on that thing hard as hell and it was just done. But often it works. I hope you enjoyed the video on how to replace a starter, and I hope the end of the video might someday help someone from being stuck somewhere super random. Take care.